Right now, the Diocese of Madison getting ready for its new home after being without a cathedral for nearly 19 years.
Plus, a pledge from Governor Tony Evers to veto the new Republican-drawn legislative maps delivered to his desk.
And an update on when construction will soon start on the new Woodman Sports and Convention Center in Janesville. It's all ahead on News 3 Now at 10. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. Winter has packed quite a punch over the last 2 weeks, but we know many are pleased to see a return to warmer temps to help melt some of that snow.
There's more favorable conditions to come, but with it comes some dense fog. Meteorologist Alex Harrington joins us now with the first warm forecast. Hey, Alex.
Hey, Charlotte. Hey, Eric. I think you had the Capitol Skycam behind you, and I'm going to show it here in just a moment. Visibility is here at the patio. Actually, not that bad, but you don't have to go too far to the east of the studios here, and it's down to a quarter of a mile. Let's take a look at our live Edgewater Skycam. Where is the Capitol right now? It is shrouded behind very dense fog. We have a dense fog advisory. We were mentioning at the 5 and 6 o'clock show, this could happen, that it could be moving to the north and to the west. And we are seeing the expansion of these dense fog advisories till 9 o'clock on your Thursday morning. The travel impacts here, folks, Madison and to points south and east, we're seeing some really reduced visibilities. So take it easy tonight with those low beams. But why? Temperatures are mild. Cold, deep snowpack. That moisture meets that mild air, it condenses, and it causes clouds near the ground. And when you have no wind, there's no mixing of the air, and that cloud just hugs the ground, and it keeps forming with high humidity. That's that moisture from all this melting snow. It's the perfect recipe for fog. We got a quarter-mile visibility in Madison. We just saw that on the Edgewater Skycam, and it's 0 in Janesville. I would not advise travel on I-90 or I-94 right now to the east towards Milwaukee with very significantly reduced visibilities from this fog. Overnight tonight, the fog sticks around all night, but showers will move in on your Thursday. That may help to disperse some of the fog, but how much water we're going to get from that rain and just when we see 50-degree temperatures, that's coming up.
In 2005, Madison lost a historic landmark, St. Raphael Cathedral, to an early morning fire.
Well, the Diocese of Madison has gone without a cathedral ever since, but now a new one is undergoing a several years long renovation. Our Kyle Pozorski reports.
It was 19 years ago this March when Madison's Catholic community was left in shock, an arsonist setting fire to the historic St. Raphael Cathedral. The towering building sat just blocks from the state capitol square for more than 150 years. Now, after nearly 2 decades, and with final approval from the Pope, a new cathedral is being crowned.
This is a big deal.
Bishop Donald Hines showing off a gutted St. Bernard's Church to media members Wednesday afternoon. He says the process to name the new cathedral site is rare amongst dioceses.
This decision is a blessing for all of us Catholics throughout our 11 counties, for we have not had a cathedral for 19 years. A Catholic cathedral is the church of the bishop, who, as the successor of the apostles, serves and gathers the local church. And so the cathedral is the home for all of us who live and share our relationship with the Lord in the Catholic family.
St. Bernard's has stood on Atwood Avenue since the 1920s. Hines says while it's not a new building, like was once thought to be a possibility, it fits within a diocese-wide strategic plan to be more resourceful.
And for our people, that really seemed to make sense. And in our consultation with different folks throughout the diocese, that really was the idea that was embraced.
Hine went on to say Wednesday's announcement comes at the right time, with all the pieces seemingly coming into place at the same time. The renovation of St. Bernard's is expected to cost tens of millions of dollars. In Madison, Kyle Pozorski, News 3 Now.
Governor Tony Evers says he will veto redistricting maps recently passed by Republicans in the Assembly and the Senate.
It comes after a public backing of the bills by Assembly Speaker Robin Vos. He says Republicans took the governor's proposed maps and made some adjustments, claiming that this is mostly everything the governor wants. However, the governor says the maps that the GOP proposed today are not his maps, and he will not approve them.
No, I won't sign it. The only one that I'll sign is my maps, and those are not my maps.
So as for what's next, the Wisconsin Supreme Court would likely choose a map to implement before the November election. The court is expected to receive reports from consultants on the map submissions by February 1st. Madison police are investigating a beating from New Year's Eve that happened inside a near East Side home. Officers say a 47-year-old woman was assaulted on Thorpe Street early that morning. She was taken to the hospital and has been unresponsive and in serious condition ever since. Police have not released a suspect description, but are taking any information. If you have it, anyone with information on this assault is asked to call Crime Stoppers. That number right there, 608-266-6014.
In northwestern Wisconsin, a Chippewa County judge has ruled a 15-year-old boy accused of killing 10-year-old Lily Peters will be tried as an adult. He's been charged with first-degree intentional homicide and 2 counts of first-degree sexual assault in the girl's April 2022 death. The teen is accused of luring Peters into the woods, attacking her and strangling her until she died. Attorneys unsuccessfully argued he would receive better treatment in the juvenile system. In his ruling, Judge Stephen Gibbs ruled moving the case to the juvenile system would diminish the severity of the crime. Back in southern Wisconsin, police say one German Shepherd was shot dead, another one tased by Janesville officers after the dogs attacked during a service call. Officers were called to a home on Beloit Avenue after someone reported 2 German Shepherds preventing him from getting into his car. The dogs bit an officer on the leg and then attacked him again after he tried to get away and fell in the snow. He shot one of the dogs. Both those dogs then ran away. It didn't take long for other officers to find them, though. The injured one continued to show aggression and was shot and killed by police. The second dog was tased and taken to the Humane Society.
Law enforcement officers throughout Dane County wrote tickets for 236 people in just 2 days last month. It was part of a countywide effort to crack down on impaired driving around the holidays. Those 2 additional days of law enforcement, December 15th and 29th. All 22 Dane County law enforcement agencies took part. In total, 385 drivers suspected of impaired driving or other traffic violations were pulled over. 7 people were arrested for OWI. In addition to the 236 tickets written, there were also 296 verbal and written warnings. New at 10, UW Health making another $1 million investment to the Dane Workforce Housing Fund to help build affordable housing units. Those units will benefit its employees and others in Dane County. That fund created back in 2020 to tackle a lack of affordable housing options in Madison and Dane County. Housing costs can be a challenge for anyone, but UW Health says its employees also face issues because some jobs require staff to be on call regularly, living a certain distance from work. That's one of the reasons why UW Health decided to invest.
These employers that are located in Dane County want to see a shorter commute. It's less costly if you can live closer to your job. You're more available to the employer. You're more available to your family if you can live closer to work.
It shouldn't matter if that employee doesn't have a vehicle either, because these housing units are typically located along major bus lines. The first fund of the Dane Workforce Housing Fund raised nearly $12 million, leading to 747 new affordable housing units. The goal for its second fund is to raise $10 million by February of 2025.
A scary situation at a downtown St. Louis hotel room earlier today. The hotel was evacuated as a man took a woman and 2 children hostage in a room there. Police say they received a phone call from a little boy this morning who was locked inside the bathroom with a sibling. The police were later able to get the 2 children out from the room. Their mom was not released at the time. The man eventually surrendered to police and was seen being brought out of the Drury Hotel Plaza on a stretcher. No one was hurt. A warning, this next video might be hard to watch. It shows an Oklahoma highway patrol trooper being struck by a passing car during a traffic stop. Oh my gosh. Trooper Jesse Gregory walks to the passenger side of the SUV, and seconds later a passing black SUV just crashes right into that stopped SUV before it flips several times. The high-speed impact sent that trooper barreling backwards before he landed face down. All 3 people involved were treated and released. The cause of the crash is under investigation.
Well, happy he could get up and jog off there. A new video shows the inside of that Alaska Airlines Flight 1282 that was forced to make an emergency landing in Portland earlier this month after a door plug failed and the door blew out. Incredibly, no one was hurt. But as you can imagine, it was quite harrowing for the passengers on board. The incident has put Boeing under increasing scrutiny, with all 737 MAX 9 aircrafts grounded nationwide. You'll remember the 737 MAX was grounded worldwide for more than a year and a half after 346 people died in 2 major crashes back in October of 2018 and March of 2019.
Boeing CEO met with lawmakers on Capitol Hill today, reiterating his company's commitment to safety.
We fly safe planes. We don't put airplanes in the air that we don't have 100% confidence in. I'm here today in the spirit of transparency to, number 1, recognize the seriousness of what you just asked. Number 2, to share everything I can with our Capitol Hill interests and answer all their questions, because they have a lot of them.
But following the meeting, 2 senators said he provided no answers about what caused the mid-air cabin panel blowout. The FAA has approved inspection criteria for the grounded MAX 9 planes that could return the aircraft to service as soon as later this week. A big endorsement from the United Auto Workers today for President Joe Biden's re-election campaign. Biden made history last year, becoming the first sitting president to appear on a picket line when he joined picketers in Belleville, Michigan during the 6-week strike.
Look, I kept my commitment to be the most pro-union president ever. I'm proud you have my back. Let me just say I'm honored to have your back and you have mine. That's the deal.
The endorsement is important for any candidate looking to win the battleground state of Michigan because of the UAW's potential influence there.
Change is coming to financial aid applications, but it may be worth the wait for many students. The Department of Education adjusting this year's free application for federal student aid. This is the form students use to apply for Pell Grants and federal student loans. A newly overhauled form that makes applications easier was released, many of you know, back on December 30th, but the Department of Education didn't tie the latest inflation data into it. And that's what they're doing now. The change might delay things a bit, but it'll also release an additional $1.8 billion in financial aid.
A new sports and convention center in Janesville is one step closer to becoming a reality after years of planning and discussion. The city council accepted a bid from a local construction company Monday for the Woodman Sports and Convention Center. It chose J.P. Cullen Construction, a family-owned business located in Janesville. After demolition next month, the J.P. Cullen team will begin building the 140,000-square-foot building, complete with 2 arenas and a convention space. More local stories are straight ahead at 10.
You might know how to take care of your furry friends during the wintertime, but farm animals, like horses, for example, deal with very specific challenges. We'll show you next when we visit a farm in Whitewater.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings, going on now at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjord's furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Visit the Century House today and view our extensive lineup. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjord's furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
Save big money now at Menards. DuraClean is an interior paint and primer in one with Stay Clean technology, so your home stays beautiful longer. Get a gallon for $19.97 after $8 rebate. Give your space the Platinum treatment with Platinum Plus interior paint. Its stain shield technology protects your spaces with a performance you'd expect from a luxury paint. Pick up a gallon for only $39.89. Also, don't forget to check out Ironside, Dutch Boy's Color of the Year.
Save big money at Menards.
It's a robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward? Ingenious.
Sardine fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO.
Joining a gym fashionably late this year? You were right on time. At Planet Fitness, we got you. Because now through January 31st, you can still join for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. And to make it even better, we have free fitness training, equipment for every workout, plus a free in-app crowd meter, and most clubs open 24 hours. Feel good about being fashionably late. It's the last chance to join Planet Fitness for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Hurry, deal ends January 31st.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings, going on now at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
Mel B is on the Jennifer Hudson Show.
Your kids, do they know their mom is a Spice Girl?
I once played my music. They were like, is it Lady Gaga? Plus, don't miss Snoop Dogg on my next show.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
New at 10, the Wisconsin DNR says dwindling hunting license sales has resulted in a $16 million shortfall in the next 2-year budget period. It puts projects from fish stocking to habitat restoration in doubt. The DNR uses money from the sales of hunting and fishing licenses into a fish and wildlife account used for such projects and programs. License sales have fallen now for years as hunters age out of the sport, and there's less interest from younger people. The rapidly changing winter weather we've gone through the past 2 weeks has been tough on our bodies, also our pets, our cars, and much more.
But as Arman Rahman learned, hooved farm animals have a whole different set of challenges in the cold.
You hear a lot about keeping cats, and namely dogs, safe when the weather goes up and down in temperature like this in the winter. But our larger four-legged friends, horses, also have a lot of struggles.
Dogs are kind of more limber than a big bulky horse or beef cattle or dairy cattle.
Whether it's the calm old Zeal or the newly retired and hyper Fred.
Yeah, you.
This quick freeze-thaw cycle has proven a horse-sized challenge for Janie Mortensen, who's ridden and cared for the animals since she was 12. Unlike other pets, they have to spend most of their time outside in the stable or running around.
They do need to keep going. They're made to graze nonstop.
Every morning, she has to make sure the 1,000-pound older athletes don't slip on the slush that freezes overnight.
They can break a leg very easily slipping on the ice like we can. They can break a hip. And even the slippery mud, I mean, the mud just adds a whole nother can of worms. If it freezes and then thaws.
She says horses have very sensitive stomachs. If their water's frozen or they fall behind on eating, they can develop a sickness called cold weather colic.
I have to plug in my water buckets. I have a tank heater. I have to carry water. It's like a 4,200-pound banquet in front of them all the time to keep their hay.
Mortensen also majored in dairy science, and her husband used to be a dairy farmer. They say cows face the same problems and more in extreme winters.
If they're in the cold, they can actually get frostbite on their udders, and milking them becomes very, very difficult.
But just like your dog or cat, no matter how much work, horses still warm her heart.
They are pets and they are family.
Reporting in Whitewater, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
A light warm-up in temperatures. It's great for our road conditions, but nationwide slick roads continue to be a problem. That includes in Missouri, where a fire truck did a full 360 in a residential neighborhood. And we'll make the video a little bigger here for you to see. This was earlier in the week in Arnold, Missouri. Amazingly, the truck didn't end up hitting a home, but it did come
15 minutes from my house.
From where you grew up. Earlier, a car slid down the street and struck a fire hydrant and electrical box as well. That's why firefighters were called out. Luckily, none of the 4 firefighters on board were hurt either. In Northern California, crews rescued a driver early yesterday morning who was trapped atop an overturned semi-submerged vehicle. Someone called in to report a vehicle overturned in a creek in Livermore. The motorist had attempted to drive across the creek the night before, but was swept up and spent the night on top of that vehicle. She ended up being stranded for 15 hours before being rescued. The California Highway Patrol says the victim was taken to the hospital but will be okay. Time for another check of your first warn forecast. Here's meteorologist Alex Harrington.
Yeah, Eric, some pretty wild weather out there, and pretty wild out there right now when you look at the Capitol. But it's not there because it's shrouded by dense fog. That is how dense this fog is out there across parts of southern Wisconsin. We'll keep that dense fog overnight through at least your Thursday morning, but the conditions are going to be ripe for fog clear through the weekend, maybe even into parts of next week. And that's all owing to this very mild area that we have over a very cold snowpack out there. Also want to mention maybe a little freezing drizzle north of Madison as well. Not expecting widespread frozen precipitation with this next weather event, but right now we've got dense fog advisories through Thursday morning from Madison and points off towards the south and towards the east. We all stand the chance of having dense fog overnight tonight, so take it easy. Just look at some of these visibilities behind me here. Quarter-mile visibility in Madison, 0 in Janesville. As you head over towards Milwaukee, an 1/8 of a mile visibility. So very dense fog from, let's say, Mineral Point up to the Dells. Watoman points to the south and towards the east. If you have any travel tonight towards the east, towards Milwaukee, even in south central Wisconsin, take it easy, folks, out there. Why do we have this fog? We have very mild temperatures in the 30s out there over a deep, cold snowpack. Here, even in Dane County, temperatures are in the lower to middle 30s. Normal highs are in the middle 20s 20s out there. And as we plan the rest of the night tonight, staying in the 30s, that mild air over that cold snowpack causes the air to cool and condense and form that fog. The rain shower activity, which we're going to track now here in southwest Wisconsin by 7:30 in the morning, could help to disperse some of that fog. More widespread rain moves across the entire area Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening going on, even into your Friday, and then finally ending here as we head towards Friday, let's say about noon or so from Madison and points off towards the east. That again could help the fog briefly. Anywhere from a half, 3/4 of an inch, widespread amount of rain. You're probably wondering, will this go into the rivers? A lot of this is going to be soaked up out there by that heavy snowpack that we have out there, which is good news. And we need the water, too, out there. Here in Dane County, 2 o'clock on your Thursday afternoon, let's track the northeastward advancement here of the widespread showers. 6 o'clock on your Thursday night, the windshield wipers will be going if you'll be driving during the commute, and showers carry on through your Friday morning commute as well before they again exit here in Dane County by the time we get into the later parts of your Friday morning. Then the temperatures here, normal 27, way down here. We're way above normal already. Just look at how warm we're going to be by the end of the 10-day forecast here, heading out towards Groundhog's Day, near 50 degrees, and the likelihood of that warm air across 2/3 of the country going clear out into February. So what's the bottom line? The fog, mild weather into late next week, and we're going to be keeping an eye on those lakes and those rivers as all of this deep snowpack slowly melts. That's the good news, is that the melting should be relatively slow here, folks. That should help that water percolate into some of our rivers and our streams. We'll keep an eye on that, folks, as we head out over the next week. Viewer photos time, quick photo here. Kelly, thank you so much for sending us that photo. Look at those icicles, and that looks like a sun pillar or maybe a sundog just to the left of that tree there. Channel3000.com is a great way to submit those photos. Just click, post your own.
And coming up in sports, the Badgers give back, but the men's basketball team went to a different court to shoot hoops today. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Come on, Michael, come on. Catch the ball! Huddle up! Do you need to get your eyes checked? Well, actually, here's the play. Stanton Optical makes glasses in 30 minutes. It's easy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy! Hut! Come on, Michael, you got this! Come on, turn! Michael, catch! I can see! You did it! I did it! 30-minute glasses? Now that's an easy play. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Earn now, spend later during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Members Dollar Days. Now through the end of January, Rewards members earn $10 in Blaine's Bucks for every $100 spent in store to redeem later just like cash. Start earning on 40-pound bags of wood fuel pellets, $4.99. Rewards members pay just $4.79. New Blaine's brand washer fluid, $2.49 a gallon for Rewards members. Plus, Chick Days are coming. Order yours in-store or online. Earn Blaine's Bucks now to spend later during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Members Dollar Days.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org. or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
The Madison Camper and RV Show and Sale is back. Enjoy the great outdoors at the Alliant Energy Center Friday through Sunday, February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Now get a built Ford Tough F-150 with 1.9% APR financing for 72 months. See your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
It's not an I thing, Dad. It's a we thing.
Get a large 2-topping take and bake pizza for just $10.99. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Donate blankets to our neighbors in need during Recycle the Warmth.
Fresh off Wisconsin's 7th straight win over Minnesota, the Badgers are back on the court, but not at the Kohl Center for practice. Instead, a handful of Greg Gard's squad made their way over to the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County, where they taught some basketball skills and shared the importance of teamwork. And for this group of Badgers, being able to give back, that's what it's all about.
Being a younger kid, you look up to people that you see on TV that are doing their thing in sport, whether it's sports, whether it's business, whether it's anything else. So giving back, just spending time and being a person that these kids can look up to, I think it's a really good thing that we're able to do. And just seeing the smiles on all the kids' faces is really, it's rewarding for us.
First game without a head coach for Milwaukee. Bucks hosting the Cavs, and coach or not, the two-man game between Dame and Giannis is hard to stop. The big fella slams it home for 2 of his 35 points. Giannis also had 18 boards. He needed 1 more assist for a triple-double. This will do. The no-look pass finds Malik Beasley in the corner, and he splashes home the triple. Bucks get the win 126-116. Monday, Matt LaFleur said he was going to go through the process at his own pace when asked about Joe Barry's job status. Well, Wednesday, the process was over, and so was Barry's time as Green Bay's defensive coordinator. LaFleur called Barry one of the best men he's worked with in the NFL and said the decision was an extremely difficult one to make, but it was needed. The Packers finished 17th in total defense, 10th in points, and 28th against the run. The gauntlet that is the rest of the Wisconsin men's hockey team's schedule begins Friday when they head over to Michigan for the start of a 3-state series against ranked teams for Mike Hastings' squad. The Badgers, who haven't lost since November 24th, are coming off a week off the ice, and they know there's a lot left to skate for as they eye their first Big Ten title since 2021.
Bye week, there are pros and cons to it, right? You're excited to get some time off and recover and let the body heal, but there's also a point where you want to get playing games. But I think for us, it's a good pause in the sense where, you know, every game from here on out means something. We get some Big Ten play coming. We're done with our non-conference and excited to make a good push here and keep that rolling into the playoffs instead of splitting that part up. So I think it's beneficial for us.
And just a reminder to check out this week's Wisconsin Huddle with women's hockey stars Caroline Harvey and Lacey Eden. Programming note just for this week, the show will run on Thursday, same time, same place, though, at 6:30, right here on News 3 Now. We're back after this.
Habitat homes are not free. They're built and bought by hardworking families just like yours. Families with jobs, dreams, and a strong determination to create a better future. With stable homes, they can invest more in their health, education, community, and beyond.
A concert experience you won't want to miss. It's the Commodores. Performing live Saturday, February 17th at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. 70 million albums sold, 7 #1 hits. The Grammy Award-winning Commodores. February 17th at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
When your child has moderate to severe eczema, it's okay for them to show off. Show off their clearer skin and noticeably less itch with Dupixent. Because children 6 months and older with eczema have plenty of reasons to show off their skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, they can stay ahead of their eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Dad,
Dad always said I was special, that I would do something big someday. But for a while, we were just worried about getting to tomorrow. At UW Health, we found the team that made it their mission. Not just to get me through the day, but to give me a new life and a new kidney. Now, my future is infinite. UW Health. Remarkable.
Hold on, I'm coming. You didn't tell me you were getting McDonald's.
Buy a sausage biscuit, sausage McMuffin, or sausage McGriddles and get one for $1.
Discover new opportunities together in a new Chevy. Meet up in an award-winning Equinox. Lend a hand in the Silverado with up to 14 available camera views. Or mix it up in the Trax with an 11-inch diagonal display screen. Find the Chevy that's right for you. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Equinox models. Or get $500 cash allowance, plus current Chevy owners get an additional $1,000 cash allowance.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
Tonight, the primary season is just starting, and I'm being told it's over and it's Biden and Trump. Okay.
Colbert's New with Austin Butler, tonight on CBS.
Let's go to Alex. Final check of the forecast.
Yeah, dangerous fog out there for parts of southern Wisconsin, especially for areas south and east of Madison till 9 a.m. on your Thursday morning. Again, as I was saying before, we all stand the chance of dense fog. Look at Janesville. 0 visibility right now, quarter-mile visibility right now in Madison. So if you have to be out traveling tonight, take it easy, folks. Showers on Thursday, but the bright side is here. 40s to near 50 next week. Let's relish in that.
We will. Alex, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.